What up, boo? So we need to talk about some real shit today. And that is we need to start being aware and questioning why we try so hard to be perfectionist. And this very act in humanity is the reason why we're so rooted in fear and why we can't be our authentic selves and express our fucking truth. We're about to dive deep into our shadows because guess what? We're not just beings of light, we're beings of darkness. Let me explain. Without darkness, there can't be light. Without light, there can't be darkness. So let's just dive deep. What up, you beautiful boos, beings? You know what I mean. What's up, Awaken Ones? Welcome back to another episode on Embracing the Ascension series. My name is Brittany Fontanez, if you're new here. And what I do on this channel, I speak about spirituality, emotional awareness, esoteric content, all that good cosmic wisdom to simplify your spiritual journey, boo-boo. I wasn't given all this wisdom and all this guidance that God has embedded within me, so I'm here to share it with you, since there's a lot of people awakening up to spirituality, just waking up to their true essence. So if you feel called to, if you resonate with this message today, hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, and make sure you hit that notification button so you won't miss out on any videos. And lastly, follow me on Instagram as I post daily for your embetterment and upliftment. Because, boo, it's about time we start working on our spiritual paths with more enlightenment and unconditional love for who you are. And I know there's a lot of people in the spiritual community talking about how there's some people who think they're so enlightened. To me, enlightenment is about unbecoming what we thought we are to be who we truly are. That's what enlightenment is to me. It's the unraveling of the identities and the false paradigms that don't serve us. Hence, the topic that we're going to be talking about today is about why the fuck we try so hard to be perfectionists. Now, you know, I had an interesting day yesterday, so I didn't do my video. Usually I do videos on Mondays, but there's a story behind all of this. So let's get to the depths of awareness of why we try so hard to be perfectionists. So I always say we have been conditioned to believe that we need to be perfect, but let's just be honest, but we're diving deep into the depths of the shadows, because shadows are truths. It's where our truths lie. So, well, not the truth lies. You know what I mean. That's where it resides. But we have allowed the construct of believing that we need to be perfect is because we have allowed ourselves to be so separate from divinity that we try so hard to make divinity physicality. When in reality, not 3D reality, the reality of the consciousness of God, of the universe, whatever fits you, higher power, we try so hard to seek divinity on the outer side of us, but really it lies within us. But we have been so distraught and focusing on the outer world to the point we've forgotten the inner world and realizing that all is perfect the way that it is, including us. And no, I do not mean artificial perfectionists that society portrays us to be. I mean perfectionists as if divine created everything as it is, how we see it, how we feel it, then it is perfect in its own image. The same way where we see dirt and we think it's not perfect, it's just dirt. It is perfect. It's a part of the creation of life. So therefore, our own imperfections, our own shadows are perfect as they are, including all of us with whatever we consider wrong with human aspects of looks, of weight, of shape, whatever. So I wanted to bring that to your awareness because I want you to realize that it's so artificial that this paradigm we have allowed ourselves to believe. Henceforth, that's why we try so hard to put filters on our pictures, because we think we don't look good enough. We work so hard at the gym because we allow the false perspective of other people to get to us and root us into how we act towards ourselves. And don't get me wrong, I'm not shunning people who wear makeup, who do filters, who care a lot about how they look. I'm not shunning that at all. But I'm bringing to the awareness is that is not all that we are. And we don't need to strive to be better. Meaning we don't need to strive to try to look good on the outside for the outer world. Let's just be real, boo. You don't even like everyone. So why do you care about how anyone looks? See, something didn't want me to say that. But at the end of the day, if you don't like everyone, why do you care so much about what people think about you? This is where the perfectionist things get into play, because we care so much about what's rooted on the outside and how it perceives us, but in reality, little do we know, our inner world is the reflection of our outer world. So if we perceive ourselves as not good enough, as not worthy, as not perfect in divine's eyes as we are, of course we're going to get that on the outer world. But why does that matter? It matters is because we have cared so much of our image, the false image that society has portrayed perfectionism should be, when really in reality, imperfections make perfection. You know, yesterday, I'm sharing my story with you guys. Yesterday, I was close to giving up. I was close. Very close. Very fucking close. I love it. I look like crap on this video today. I don't care, because this is life. We're not only spiritual beings, we're human beings too. We're here to experience the evolution of everything that makes us whole. So yesterday, I was so close to giving up on YouTube. I was so close to giving up on my mission. I was just very close to giving up altogether. Like, not believing in my guys, not believing in anything. And I realized my shadow hit me hard yesterday. And I really had to stop and tell myself, do I really think this journey is about being perfect? Meaning that everything has to be right. Everything has to be in order before I can do what I want to do. Pretty much like us trying to receive a sign, seeing it before believing it. I had to really be honest with myself about that. And then I really had to look myself in the mirror and say, you know what? There is a reason why I was created the way that I am. There's a reason why we are created the way that we are, because we were perfect in God's image. But we have allowed ourselves to believe and stray from that alignment to think that we need to strive for perfectionism, because we need to seek attention, truth. We're always trying to be the light. Listen, I'm not shutting down anyone's religion. I'm not. But I'm going to be real honest. Religion has even taught us how to stray from our own shadows, to stray from darkness, to be fearful of it, and only be of light and love. Yes, light and love is the only thing that would save us and help us. It's the only thing that keeps us alive. But at the end of the day, we can't deny the darkness that's all around the world. We can't deny the opposite of light. We can't do that anymore. And that's including within ourselves. We can't strive to be perfect all the time, because one, we're not machines. And we're not created to do that. We're created to experience, learn, and expand. And the only way we do that is by going into the depths of our shadows, going into the depths of our imperfections. And this is what a lot of people don't want to do, and especially what religion has taught us. Religion has taught us only be of God, and this is why, if you really, let's just be honest, if you think about it, there are people in religions who try to like choke you with their beliefs and tell you need to do this and do that. That is a shadow aspect. Let's just be honest, that's a shadow aspect. Now, what do I mean by shadows? Shadows are those limiting thoughts, those limiting lackful emotions, the belief that nothing good can happen. It's pretty much stemmed in sinister thoughts. And no, I'm not talking about evil. There is a huge difference between evil, which does exist, and darkness. You don't call, when the moon comes out at night, you don't call nighttime evil. You just call it darkness. It's a different world from the daytime. That's it. But yes, do not be naive in thinking there aren't lower entities, aren't a lower world. There is. Be aware of it. Be aware of the low energy that is rooted in an entity that resides with someone Be aware of that. But here's the thing. To be a light worker, to be a shadow worker, we have to acknowledge, to be even a spiritual being. Because like they say, religion is all about people who are afraid to go to hell, and spirituality is all about people who've been to hell. In order to really be whole within your spirit and to be one with all, you have to realize that all of everything is a part of us, the shadow aspect and the light aspect. In order to be on this journey, you have to realize what makes you whole is the perfection and the imperfections of you, your higher and your lower self, your ego and what's that? Your ego and your higher self. Love, ego. Love, fear. You know what I mean? So now that we are in the state of being aware that there is darkness around us, yeah, there are entities around us. Don't get me wrong. I come from a family where there was some people who were into dark stuff, Ouija boards, all those things, all the dark magic, all that kind of shit. And of course, it's going to rip it down the bloodline because no one did want to take care of it. Hence why people who awaken to spiritualities are the ones who have been chosen to listen to the call to break the lineage of what no longer serves. And I knew I was one of them. I know I am the one to break that lineage. So I have to take the responsibility because we have to be aware of all of this. As much as we want to be on the journey where there's only light and love and joy. But really, in reality, we learn our best fucking lessons in our shadows. When you have a bad day, you learn the most valuable lessons that help you grow in the evolution of your individuality and authenticity. Not from your bright days. Your bright days create the beautiful memories in order for you to celebrate and your accomplishments or celebrate life. But at the end of the day, those shadow aspects of who we are help us grow. Help us realize the falseness within us that we don't see. That teaches us how to humble ourselves. That teaches us to have humility and compassion. For example, for me, I used to believe in religion because I was forced to go to church. And then after a while, when I started to, go about my own thing, started to develop my individuality, I really did try to shove my beliefs down people's throats. And little do I know, a lot of relationships were leaving my life. A lot of friendships were leaving my life. Of course, you attract what you are, but I got a lot of people calling me narcissist. And I didn't understand what the fuck that meant. I didn't. But now that I'm by myself, and I choose to be by myself, I really started to dive deep into my soul and realize those parts of myself that I was oblivious to. And little do you know, the more we suppress, the more we create an underworld within us. And the more is going to be dark, to the point that we have more ruts than good days, to the point that we have imbalances rather than balance within ourselves, to the point that we are so rooted in our wounds rather than being healed or healing. And this is how the repetition of that false paradigm that we live in, that we try to be perfect. That is so much of an energy waster. It's an energy waster to try to be perfect all the time, to try to be pretty, to try to look good for the world. In reality, all the universe wants us to do, in my opinion, take whatever resonates, wants us to feel whole within the being that we are. Meaning, enjoy every facet of your being. Enjoy the fact that you have messy hair, or you don't want to make someone else happy because you're trying to make yourself happy. You're not in a good place to do so, to fill someone else's cup up because your cup is not filled. You know what I mean? Feeling okay to say no. Feeling okay to be like, you know what? I can't make everyone happy. Being okay with the fact that, damn, I do have these dark thoughts. I do have these things of doubting myself, of not believing, of not thinking I'm worthy, or just being so rooted in what the world says to the point I'm living in that fear, Realize those parts of yourself. Don't judge yourself. This is the thing about perfectionism, is that we judge so hard for people not being a certain way or things not being a certain way. And yet that's how we do to ourselves, to the point that we can't even live a simplistic life of realizing the balance that everything is needed. Darkness and light is needed. No matter what, this is not about trying to be the best or being perfect or just achieving a lot. This is about realizing, you know what? I'm residing in a body. I'm not perfect. I don't need to be right, and I'm okay with being wrong. Let me realize what is true. And the truth is that we're not meant to be fucking perfect. We already are in God's eyes. What we're meant to do is feel whole within our being without judging ourselves, but having compassion that damn, we are doing our fucking best. So if no one fucking likes it, if no one enjoys that, fuck that shit. You know, I had to realize, I'll share with you guys a story. The more that I'm diving deep into my soul, I'm starting to realize I have this demeanor to me where I'm a mirror to people, to the point that I could see in the depths of their soul, to the point I could see the mask that they wear. And a lot of people don't like hanging out with me because I have no fucking problem with speaking the truth to people. And you know why? Because I speak the truth to my fucking self. And that's how you have to be. Not be harsh. I mean, I am a little harsh. I'm gonna be honest with you, but you know what? I'd rather be cutthroat with the truth than spin around in a wheel of a fucking lie. We should be like that. Not be cutthroat about it, but you know what I mean? Be honest. Speak your fucking truth. If you don't like what someone does to you, speak that truth. If you don't want to do something someone wants you to do, don't fucking do it. Don't be fearful of realizing that you're not meant to please this world or please other people. You're meant to please yourself. And I don't mean please yourself and trying to be the best or being perfect or taking out the competition or being at the top. No. What I mean is you're in your own fucking lane and you're going to do your damn best to carve out your own path that God has divinely made for you, regardless of what the world says. But at the same time, when you can realize all of these parts of you that you believed in that are illusions, when you can realize, you know, okay, I have these thoughts that don't serve me. When you can realize this, you can be humble enough to switch the page, to clear out the old, to choose to heal, to choose to forgive, and realize, you know what? I was wrong. I don't want to be right, but I just want to be okay. That's all we want, you guys. All we want to be is okay in our essence. That's all we desire. We all just desire to feel fucking worthy to be on this planet, regardless of what the fucking outer world says. That's all we crave for. So allow yourself to be that. Because listen, boo, you're perfect as you are. You really fucking are perfect as you are. And I want you to really humbly realize that about yourself, because that's true self-love. True self-love is not about only giving yourself everything that you want. It's about giving yourself everything that you need, meaning that your shadow needs you. I start to see that my shadow is my inner child trying to get my attention. So it turns itself into my ego to lashing out, because that's a sign that the internal me needs me. It needs me. Darkness is the feminine side. It's the heart. It's the heart. Think about it. When a baby's in a womb, it's in the darkness and it feels safe. That's the feminine energy right there. That's the promise and the trust that you are safe. You are safe within your own heart. But most of us are so in our logical mind, and we allow the outer world to deceive us and lie to us to the point that they make lust, or they make being bad, or they make the evil look good. It's trickery, you guys. It's trickery. That's how they make you get into the illusion of you gotta be like them, because that's perfect. No, boo. No, boo. Just no. That's not what we're here for. We're on our spiritual journey to realize who we are as we are is beautiful in God's eyes, but how do we perceive it? How are we exchanging it to the world so people can feel safe too? to feel loved. You know, we live in a world where perfectionism is so important to the point that we fucking we literally diminish other beings, other souls, to the point people are homeless, to the point that people think they have the right to say who comes into this country or not. I think that's so fucking delusional. We all have a right to exist on this fucking planet and go wherever we want to go because God created it, not man. How dare we? How dare we shun our brothers and sisters and judge them? I'm not saying that I'm perfect and don't do it still. It's my shadow self that gets to me, but when I catch it, that's my higher self saying, listen, we gotta come back. We gotta learn to see the light in everything. We gotta learn to see the love in everything. And if we don't, there's a discord there that we need to fix. Because if God could see us wholeness and perfect as we are, we should bestow that gift onto others too, even if they forgot, even if they are a lost soul. And no, lost souls aren't souls that pass on. Lost souls are people who are lost within this living of life too. And we need to have and bestow that non-judgment and that unconditional love upon our brothers and sisters. That is how we learn to have empathy. That is how we learn to keep the love and the light in this world. And I think it's so sad how we strive so hard to be perfect, but we forget other individuals who exist on this planet just like us. I'm getting passionate about you guys because I have been left out in the cold a lot, abandoned, hurt. Yeah, I'm not saying I was perfect. I wasn't. I've done some bad things too. We all have. But when I started to realize, when I started to want to right my wrongs and become humble, I started to see, damn, I'm starting to see a lot more shadows in people. I'm starting to see and have good discernment of what is true and what is an illusion. And it made me realize, like, damn, I was cast out a lot. But this is the lesson. This is the lesson. To learn your shadows, to learn yourself, and to love who you are the way God loves you. That's the goal. So, you guys, enough trying to be fucking perfect. Stop trying to get people's attention. Stop allowing the ego to fool you. Stop allowing your false thoughts to deceive you. Because good things can happen. You're meant for good things to happen in your life. You're meant to feel whole within your being. You're meant to feel fucking love because you are love. But when you have those days that the shadow does get to you, do not go down that rabbit hole to the point you wallow in it. Go down that rabbit hole feeling protected. Ask your guides for protection. Ask your guides to guide you to what needs to continuously be healed, because this healing journey just doesn't stop. Like, oh, I'm healed, I'm done. No, it's an everyday process. Ask for assistance. Ask for protection. Go down there with the intention of learning more about yourself, not getting lost in it to the point you feel so fucking lost in life. Because you're not lost. Trust me, we're not lost. But some people allow themselves to be brainwashed and manipulated because they feel they need someone to tell them what to do, because they don't have their own sovereignty and their own power to create their own path and allow God to lead them on their divine path. Path. So, enough, boo. You're good as you are. I don't need to know you to love you. I fucking love you because I know how it feels to be cast out and to be alone and to be like, damn, am I the only one who sees more of this shit than other people? You're not. But don't try to compare yourself to this outer world. Don't let it brainwash you to think that you need to be someone else. And don't lower your self-worth to believing that you need to fit an image that is not who you are. Because little do you know, when you try to get people's attention, when you try to be perfect, when you try to be the best or an overachiever or, trying to get to the top and wanting people to see that, little do we know, people aren't even happy with themselves. So why are we gonna try our hardest to make our worth be known to people who don't even see their own worth? I'm just saying. I'm just fucking saying. So let's dive deep in the shadows Embrace it, you guys. Embrace it. That feminine aspect of you deserves that love and that attention just the same way the masculine does. So what I mean by feminine and masculine, masculine is of the sun, it's of the light, it's of the ego. The feminine is of the darkness, it's of the night, it's of the truth, it's of the depths. So embrace all of you. That's how you create balance, that's how you become humble, and that's how you can live a life full of simplicity and compassion. Because now you see within you that, damn, I'm not perfect. And now you can bestow that gift of love and compassion of the people who, like, they go through it too. So I need to extend kindness. And if people don't extend kindness to you, don't take that shit personally. And if you do, that's more you need to hear. So I love you guys. I hope this helps. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, if you did like who I is and my content, then hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, and make sure you hit that notification button so you won't miss out on any videos. And lastly, follow me on Instagram, so I post daily for your betterment and upliftment. I love you guys so much, and understand the light within me sees the light within you. Please have a blissful day, and don't live this life for the outer world. Live this life for you. That's how you create the world outside of you, the way that you feel it needs to be. I love you guys.